Good afternoon. This is Angeline, and you are watching Now for Noah News. All the news that you could ever watch about Noah. Noah was an ancient superhero in the Bible. But how much do you really know about Noah? Did you know that when Noah was born, his father said that Noah would give everyone rest? And the name Noah sounds like rest for ancient Hebrew.
Wow!
A great disaster happened in the time of Noah. What was it? Was it a giant bee attack? Or was it a great big fire? Or was it a giant flood that covered the entire earth? You're correct. It was the greatest flood of the world. A giant flood covered the world and destroyed everything.
Oh no!
Everything was lost, except God rescued Noah and his family, and all the plants and animals as well. Wow! Wait a minute, I'm hearing something. It sounds like a call is coming in from Noah's neighbor. Let's hear what he or she has to say about this entire situation.
Hello? Yes, I am Noah's neighbor. Noah is always saying that God spoke to him.
Wow!
He's telling everyone that God is going to send a great flood. But who knows what's really going to happen? And you know what? He even said that God gave him plans to build this great big ark.
I see.
But I don't think so. He's a crazy man.
I can see a dove. Looks like it's Noah's messenger dove. What's it carrying in its beak? Oh! Looks like a letter. Is it for me? Looks like it's for me.
Dear Angeline, I'm sorry. I know you've come to interview me, but I cannot meet with you. I've been so busy with building the ark. A few days ago, God told me to build a giant ark. He gave me a detailed building plan for this.
Wow!
He said that he was grieved about all the evil on the earth and that he would send a flood that would destroy everything, but he would rescue my family and I, and all the animals and plants in the world. Our God is a faithful God. I know that after the great flood, God will bring us all out of the ark safely. I will do all that he says. Yours truly, Noah.
Noah had no way of knowing whether what God was promising would really come true. Would God really send a flood to all the earth? But still, he continued to obey God and build the ark. He did it faithfully, following all God's instructions. And you know what? The flood really did come, and Noah and his family and all the animals and plants were in the ark for not just 40 days, not 80 days. They were in the ark for almost an entire year.
Wow!
An entire year in the ark.
Wow!
Can you imagine a situation where that happened? It's like being on lockdown for the entire year. I'm sure all of us can understand this feeling of feeling trapped. After the flood and the waters dried up, God sent a beautiful bow in the sky. That's right, a rainbow. He made a promise to Noah and to all of us that he would never again destroy the earth with a great flood. And every time we see a rainbow in the sky, we're reminded of God's faithful promise to us that he would never again send a flood to this earth. This is Angeline, signing out from Now for Noah News. But first, let me share with you a story about my own life. I'm excited to share it with you. Talking about Noah and remembering how Noah was faithful and obedient to what God called him to do, this reminded me of a tough decision that I had to make many years ago. One night, years ago, God gave me a dream. And in that dream, my heart was so full of love for Hong Kong that I was crying when I woke up. After praying, I knew that God was asking me to make Hong Kong my home. Make Hong Kong my home? I didn't want to leave my friends and family in Singapore. I would be so unhappy in Hong Kong, I thought, because I would be all alone. But God was faithful. And after talking with some people wiser and older, and also praying about it and reading the Bible, I felt that this was really God's call for me to make Hong Kong my home. So I moved to Hong Kong. And though it wasn't easy, I am happy here. And there have been many adventures that God has brought me on. I'm grateful that God is faithful, and He will be faithful to you too. Let me share a Bible verse that God gave me to help me stay faithful to what He has asked me to do. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Psalm 37:3. Jigsaws are so fun. Here are pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. I'll give you some time to put the correct pieces of the jigsaw together again. Can you find the correct pieces of the jigsaw? Good job! Yes, that's correct. Good job, everyone. Let's read it again together. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Psalm 37, verse 3. Today we learned about a faithful and obedient man of God called Noah. Do you ever wonder, how did Noah have such a big faith that he would obey God even when it was so difficult? Well, you can do something called quiet time every day. This will help you grow strong in your faith. Quiet time. What's quiet time? Well, think about it as spending time, special time, you and Jesus time, listening, praying, and talking to God. During quiet time, we would read the Bible, write down what God says to you, and even pray. There are many different ways to do quiet time. Doing quiet time every day helps us to grow strong in God. Think about it as listening, talking to the person that you love most in the world. That will really help you to get to know Him better. And that's the same with quiet time. Doing quiet time every day helps us to know God better. And the more we know God and how faithful He is, the more our faith will grow. I encourage you to try it. Try doing quiet time every day with Jesus. Alright kids, I'll see you later, okay? Bye! Let's remember the verse of the day.